And I'm about to blow some of your minds right now.
The tiny driver for a tiny human. That's what it is.
Pretty plain and simple. I just play golf and I love it. All right guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, as you saw the thumbnail, the title, I'm gonna be doing a what's in the bag. This has been a very much anticipated video and it's been a long time. And recently I got a new set of irons, I got a new set of woods, and I got a new putter and wedges. Got a whole new bag and I'm gonna be showing you guys that today. First off, before we get into the video, I just wanna say thank you so much for all the support on the first video. It did way beyond what I was anticipating it was gonna do. And I'm excited to start this journey of golf with you guys and getting better and just a lot of different things. With all that being said, I'm gonna get right into this video. For my wedges.
There you go.
Okay,
oh,
so I got the Callaway jaws, and one of the reasons that I went with these is I just love the way they feel. I love the way they look when I look at them. I got a 52, a 56, and a 60 degree, and with my wedges, specifically my 56, I like a lot of bounce on it, so I think it has 14 degrees of bounce on it. It's the most used wedge out of my bag. I use it for basically 110 yards in. I have like 3 shots with each one of my wedges. I'm gonna explain that a little bit, but I have the Callaway jaws, wedges, and this is the 52 degree. Guys, these have the standard dynamic gold. I believe they're the 95 gram shafts in them, and all my clubs have just standard shafts in them. I'm going to be getting a fitting, and those are not going to be the ones I settle with, but for now I have the standard dynamic gold shaft, and I'm loving the setup. When I open it, when I close it, it just feels really comfortable. Those are the wedges that I'm going with right now. And now for my irons. Some of you guys are not gonna understand this, but for the entirety of my golf career up to this point, I've played like intense blades. Even when I started playing golf, I started playing just with straight blades. And I did a lot of research on a lot of different clubs, and I thought, why not go with something a little more forgiving and see how I like it, see how my game adjusted to it, and then see like what I can do with it. So guys, I went with the Callaway Forged Apex, and I know a lot of you guys are asking why I didn't go with the Apex Pro. Well, like I said, I wanted more forgiveness in my clubs, and I wanted to see how my game would react to it and see what I could do with them. So I went with the Callaway Apex Forge. I went from a 3-iron all the way to a pitching wedge. And then moving on, you guys know I love a 2-iron. I'm not going to talk about that just yet. There's still some up in the airness, I guess you could say, with my 2-iron. So I'm going to move on to my woods. And for my 3-wood, I don't hit this club a lot. I've never hit a 3-wood a lot because I haven't found one that I've been able to hit and feel comfortable with. But I went with the Callaway Maverick 3-wood, the Sub-Zero technology, and it also has the jailbreak technology. You guys know about that. But the reason I chose this club is because when it sits on the ground, some 3-woods have like the head on them is just really big, and this one is a little more compact. I like the way it sets up, and I hit this club really well for a 3-wood, so I'm really happy with it. And it's a club that I've been hitting more off the tee. It doesn't replace my 2-iron, but it's something where I can really flight the ball with this 3-wood, and it's very penetrating, so I can still hit it 280, 290 off the tee, which is good. I don't hit a 3-wood much off the deck, so that's not really a concern for me. But moving on to my driver. This club, you guys know I have the TaylorMade M2. I've hit that club for like 4 years now, and there's been a reason why I have never switched from it, because I haven't found something that is even close to as good yet. I reached out to my friends at UST Mamiya, and I asked them to send the same shaft that I have on my M2, and they said, yeah, we'll get you hooked up. So a couple weeks later, this shaft came in the mail, and it's the same shaft that I have on my M2, and I have not really hit this club yet. Today's gonna be the first time, but I have the Callaway Maverick. It's the same as a 3-wood, and I have custom built this club to pretty much exactly the same length as my M2, and I'm excited to see how it's gonna perform compared to the M2. Speaking of that, I'm gonna be doing a video of driver versus driver, and I'm gonna compare my M2 to the Callaway Maverick. We're just gonna go out on the course. I'm gonna play 5 or 6 holes, and I'm gonna be hitting this off of every single tee. I'm gonna play par 4s and par 5s. All that being said, that's my bag right now. I haven't talked about my putter yet, but I'm gonna talk about that on the green when I get to the green. If you're new here, thank you so much. I think I'm at like 27,000 subs already, and I can't hardly believe that. Let's see how quick I can get to 100. I'm gonna see if I can beat Steve to 100K. Just kind of jabber and gibber about these clubs and let you guys know what I like about them. So let's jump right in the video. All right guys, first hole, it's a par 5. We're out here at Coyote Ridge. It's like 500 yards. I have a pretty good idea of where I hit my drives on this hole, so it's gonna be cool to see and compare how this driver flies and how far it carries.
That was a long way.
So first shot with my driver, the first thing that I noticed is that was a big draw. With my M2, I always hit like a power fade, so that's gonna be really interesting to see. I'm pretty much dead center of the fairway. This is probably into the wind like at maybe 8 to 10 miles an hour right now, and according to the GPS on the cart, I hit that about 315 yards where it came to rest. I have 157 yards to the pin. This is what I'm looking at. Here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hit 2 shots with a 9-iron. I'm gonna hit one that's a little bit more flighted, and I'm gonna hit one that just kind of more natural shot.
Whoa, there's a lot of wind up there, son.
So that was very flighted, and I think the wind got a hold of that one. It's probably 15 yards short of the green. That was just not very ideal, but now I'm just gonna hit it a little harder and see how the wind affects it when it gets a little higher up and see how it's spinning. That was not so much the spin as it was just like, I just didn't hit hard enough, so. Yeah, so you can see the difference there. That more full swing, the wind didn't hardly even touch it at all. That to me is a good thing. The fact that it's not spinning a ton off of the club face, even into the wind, I really like that because I was pretty comfortable with that second shot more stock. All right guys, my first one was like right there, and my second one, about 10 feet straight down the hill, would have been for eagle. But the thing that I was trying to show you guys there was the different ball flights and the trajectories and the kind of the versatility of that club, and I really like it. For my putter, this one was a hard one for me because I hit the Odyssey white hot for a long time. And I did that because I like the blade. I like the way it set on the ground. I like the way it was when I looked at it. It was comfortable. For the longest time, I didn't want to get a new putter. And even when I was going to get new clubs now, I was like, I don't know what putter I'm going to get because I just really like that one. But I wanted to try something new. So I went with the Odyssey Stroke Lab Toulon Austin putter. Now, the reason that I went with this is because one, it has the milled face, which is something that I really wanted because I hit some putters with a milled face. I practiced with them. I love the way the ball rolls. And secondly, I love the way it's balanced and everything about it. This is the putter I'm going with, and honestly I don't know if I'll be switching for a very long time. Just like that, I just tapped that one in. I've hit some really good putts with this, and I'm excited to put some more work with this. You just got to get used to it, whatever your putter you're using. I don't really think it matters, to be honest. Made it to the next hole. I'm playing another par 5, and I'm gonna hit my new driver again and see if maybe that draw is kind of staying consistent for that club. If it does, if it's something that kind of happens naturally with this club, the way it's set up, then I'm really gonna like that. It's gonna be a little different than my M2.
This is a tough pin to get to on the second shot because the green's kind of tucked away, so you got to be hugging that left side. My bunker up there is only 258 yards, so he's gonna be going right there.
If you are new to my channel, if you're new to following me, this driver shaft is not standard length, okay? I'm just gonna throw it out there, and I'm about to blow some of your minds right now. This shaft, from the tip of the adapter to the tip of the shaft, is 42 inches.
It's a tiny driver for a tiny human. That's what it is.
I'm like 5'8", and I don't know why, but it works for me, and I don't lose any distance. I actually gain distance because, one, I think I have a little quicker club head speed with a shorter driver, mid 120s, which is pretty high. And two, looking at my numbers, you know, I hit probably 10 to 315 on average, so I'm not really losing anything with a shorter shaft like this. I still hit bombs with it, so.
Wow, consistency is there.
Holy cow.
That's the middle of the fairway, folks.
You want to hit it?
Yeah.
All right, guys, Matt's going to jump on this side of the camera real quick and give this a swing because, dude, I'm loving this right now. This is impressive. That just felt like my normal swing. Super penetrating ball flight and with not much spin on it. He's just going to swing away here and see what happens.
Oh, that's a nice draw, Micah.
That was
beautiful that draw was.
Straight left. But I'm loving that tight little draw that I'm hitting with that club. I'm gonna play like 3 more holes, hitting driver off the tee, and I'm gonna see if that kind of stays consistent. I know this is not like a serious golf video like you guys want to see and like I know I'm gonna do, but I just think that now's a good time to let you guys know what I'm hitting and why I'm hitting it before I kind of get into that, because I know a lot of you guys have asked for what's in the bag. Let me know in the comments what you want to see. Let me know something that you feel like would help your game. I just play golf and I love it. Pretty plain and simple. All right, guys, so I made it up to my ball. Once again, I hit the center of the fairway. Pretty cool. Don't do that a lot, but hopefully I can start to do that a little more with this new combination. I have 167 yards. Once again, this was kind of into the wind, maybe a little bit less than the last hole, but if my numbers add up, it was about 300 and Matt says 56 yards off the tee. So I like that, and I can get used to that. I can get used to poking them out there about 350 and leaving myself with 160 yards into a par 5. I'm gonna give myself a lot of opportunities for birdie. I am gonna be hitting just kind of a stock 8-iron from here. It's 166 yards into the wind over water. You can't hardly even see the green. I'm gonna hit a stock shot and see what happens to this ball. It's into the wind. I'm gonna kind of see how it spins and stuff like that.
Wow, it's gotta sit. I think that's in that bunker up there.
All right, guys, so that kind of drew a little bit more than I was anticipating, but it's like pin high to the left of the green in the bunker. I love the way the ball comes off the face of these clubs. I can see that it flew into that cedar behind the green, so just too much club. That's one of the things that I'm learning about these clubs is they're a little bit stronger than my other ones. Still getting used to my numbers. I'm gonna go back to the 100-yard mark, and I'm gonna hit a couple wedges into this green and kind of see how the wedges react. Probably gonna hit a 56 degree and a 60 degree, see if I can get one on the green.
All right, so here's Micah. He looks really small out there, doesn't he? Look at how tiny he looks. Oh, that spun a lot. Good, that's a spin. That was a pretty good shot there. That one ain't coming pretty long. That'll spin though, pretty nice. So not too bad there. Overall, 3 for 3. Okay. I don't know, we got about a 15-footer, 20-footer here, about an 8-9-footer there, and about an 8-9-footer there, so not too bad for the man. I'll tell you what, man, sometimes you wake up and you don't feel too good, but then you go to the gym, you burn some hot acidic sweat, and then the job gets done that way, so.
All right, so that was pretty cool. Obviously you can see that I hit a 60 degree from just inside of 100 yards there, but it was cool to see how they react. It was a nice kind of penetrating ball flight with just not a ton of spin on it, but just enough to give it a little anchor and kind of bring it back to the pin. Second two were really good, but I'm gonna play 2 more holes that are like both par 4s. One of them is 360 uphill and the other one's like 330 kind of downhill. So I'm gonna see if I can get a ball on the green with this new driver. All right guys, if you're still here and you're still watching, thank you. I know this is a lot of talking and it's just kind of informational, but I hope you guys like what I have in my bag. I imagine some of you guys probably have something similar. Maybe let me know in the comments what you're gaming right now. All right guys, on to the 3rd hole, but it's a little bit downwind. I'm just gonna rip this and kind of go all out here and see how this driver does when I'm just going after it. Guys, let me know in the comments if you want to see me put these 2 drivers head to head and see if Callaway outperforms TaylorMade. I'm gonna hit this one extremely hard and see if I can get it up there close to the green.
Oh, that draw did happen.
That's probably gonna be a little bit left. I hit it a little bit off the heel. It wasn't spinning a lot, which I really like because I didn't hit it well, but with most drivers it would have been spinning a lot more.
Wow, that draw is mean.
Kind of the same thing. That one was a little more aggressive, so I'm gonna aim a little more to the right. This thing is good.
That was a little better.
Those first 2 were kind of hit off the inside of the club face there. They weren't good, but I'm interested to see how far they still managed to get up there, even though they were kind of hit a little bit poorly. 3rd one was absolutely munched though. I pretty much took a huge bite out of that one. This has been a fun video, kind of just testing out my new clubs, kind of how they perform under different situations, which ultimately that comes down to the archer, not the arrow, which is me in this scenario. So lots of golf coming. My first 2 are just right over there on the other side of that hill, but I was closer to my last one and it is right here. And honestly, it is just short. I mean, it's not quite pin high, but it's like literally 5 yards short of the green if you were to go straight across here. A little bit of a left to right wind. This driver right now is performing really, really, really well. So I'm excited to put it in the bag, play some matches with it, play some golf with it. Right now, I'm hitting it a long ways. On to the last hole of today's video. Huge shout out to Matt for coming out here in this Texas heat.
I tell you, my eyeballs in the viewfinder.
Exactly. I'm no club pro. I probably know the least amount about golf clubs out of a lot of golfers out there, but I just do what feels good. I do what I'm most comfortable and confident with, and that's why I got the irons I got and the driver shaft. I've just kind of built it from the ground up. It's not even a driver shaft, it's a 3-wood shaft, but I got it cut shorter so it works, and it's kind of crazy, but in the end I hit it well, so I'm gonna stick to it. So I'm just gonna give this one a rip and see what happens. Maybe I can get it up there. Even if I were to get it within 40 yards, it'd be pretty good.
Wow, that's a ripper Magoo.
That was absolutely destroyed. I wouldn't be surprised if that gets close to the pin. I hit that freaking crazy. So I'm gonna hit one more. That was just to the right of the pin, like 30 yards maybe. It still was a nice little draw in there. Let's see if I can do that again. I love hitting drivers. Those were 2 really good drives. This combo, it's hard to say how I'm gonna compare it to the M2 yet, but so far today, I've been extremely pleased with how it's performed. This is the first time I've ever hit it on the course. All right, guys, this is my first one, and as soon as it came off the club face, I knew it was really good, but this is straight in line with the front of the green, 10, 15 yards short of the pin, almost pin high, close to pin high, not really, but, and then my second one is right there. It's just maybe 10 yards shorter than this one right here. This is the most that I've hit the Callaway Mavic driver since I got it. I haven't hit it at all because I haven't had the shaft in it that I wanted, but I've been super impressed with the consistency of this club so far. I mean, every drive I hit today was within probably 5 to 6 yards of each other, and that's saying a lot right there. I'm loving the irons, I'm loving the wedges. That is gonna wrap up today's video. That is my full what's in the bag. That's my driver combo, my 3, I didn't hit my 3-wood, but that's, you know, my 3-wood combo. You've seen it all. I laid it all on the table. I'm super happy with this set of clubs right now. I'm excited to get fitted for these clubs eventually and have the shafts that I want in them. Once again, thank you so much for all of the support on my channel so far. If you've not subscribed, be your friend to that subscribe button. Get up there and do a little taparoo on that. Moving forward, it's gonna be a lot of golf. You guys know what I'm hitting now. I'm just happy to show you guys what I'm working with. More videos coming very soon, so stay tuned. Peace out. I love you guys.